Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show, where the conversation continues around education. The Caribbean Visionary Educators aims to be the leading provider of indigenous Caribbean educational resources. Towards that end, CVE will be hosting a two-day international conference, and here to tell us more about it, CVE President Dr. Freddie James joins us, along with Executive Member Anderson Labari. Welcome to Now.
Hi, good morning.
Hi,
good to be here.
Good morning.
I like that you all are in bright colors too, because usually to get up early and talk about education takes a robust pair, so I'm glad you're joining me. Let's jump right into that aim, because when we talk about being an educator and specifically sharing Caribbean content, Caribbean perspective, that means that we're not just talking about receiving education, but the educators who extend it as well. Can you expand a little bit on what the CVE's mission is?
Okay, so again, I must say thank you very much, and it's good to be here. So the CVE really is an organization that focuses and provides professional learning for our Caribbean educators, and we have actually moved beyond the Caribbean as well. In our idea, we are Caribbean focused. We look at the idea of helping teachers to collaborate, to be creative, to be innovative in terms of the work that they have been doing. And we really welcome persons to be part of the CVE as well.
We will talk about that membership as well, because I imagine there are persons who want to get on board and become a part of this two-day workshop we're having. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but then why the workshop and what makes it international?
So we started off within the bowels of a group of educators here in Trinidad and Tobago. A group of educators including teachers, meaning teachers at different levels, like primary school, secondary school, tertiary level, university. And out of that, we grew into a Caribbean organization, because we now have members in the executive who are from Guyana, from Montserrat, and from, yes, I see you shaking your head, from Montserrat, and from Jamaica
as well.
Okay.
So what we've been doing is our work is really essentially done online, through the online platform.
Makes
and
sense.
as a result, we launched in 2020, July 1st, 2020. And as a result of doing this online, using these online platforms, we have been able to attract a vast number of persons globally. So while we say we are Caribbean focused, we say that our reach is global. Last year in particular, we had, and then we partner with persons globally and regionally to do our work. And our work essentially is to provide professional learning, to provide research-based, have a research-based focused, and also to do webinars. We do webinars, workshops, those sort of things, in order to build capacity among educators and education stakeholders. So it's not just persons who are directly involved in education. Who we attract persons, the stakeholders of education, so like Ministry of Education, personnel, etc.
Makes sense, because you'd want everybody to be singing from the same songbook.
Indeed.
Now, you mentioned collaboration, and I want you to specifically enlighten us on that partnership with International Forums for Inclusive Practitioners and the Global Inclusive Technique Initiative course that CVE is offering to Caribbean schools.
Good. So that came out of our conference last year, focused on inclusive educational practices. Focus meaning we see inclusion not as a noun, but as a verb. It's about doing and not about saying we have this. So 95.3% of persons who participated in that conference, and we had over 500 participants globally on any one day, indicated that they needed professional learning, specific professional learning in how to do inclusive education in schools. The practice. They knew what it was about. They may have been exposed to some of it. So we partnered. We've now become the Caribbean representatives for the Global Inclusive Teaching Initiative, which is part of the umbrella of the IFIP, which is the International Forums for Inclusive Practitioners. And this course is a really cutting-edge global course that offers, yet it is culturally responsive and culturally relevant, which is critical. The nature of the course, the way in which it is done, it allows participants, which would be schools. Schools can subscribe to this program, and we offer schools one cost for the whole program, but we won't go into costs now. We will probably go into that at another day. But we offer to schools that all their teachers can participate in this program. So it's building your inclusive program from the ground up in the school.
Yes.
And you can imagine the benefits of that.
Yeah, and to add to it, we're looking at the idea of differentiation, ensuring that all children are included. You know, so when the teachers are taking their programs and going forward, we have to keep in mind that we do have children who are not able to be at a particular level.
Right.
So we look at trying to ensure that all our students are included, no matter where they are, no matter what abilities that they have. You know, and this is we are in 2023 and beyond. We always have to keep that in mind, that not all children are equal.
Absolutely, underscoring the inclusivity in that.
Definitely.
Now let's get into this two-day course, or rather symposium, because we're looking at the 23rd and 24th of August, and I'm wondering if registration is still open, since there seems to be a lot to cover.
Yes, so the registration is still open.
Okay.
And it's pretty straightforward. Persons can go to the website, which is cariveducators.com. And once they go there, they can register for the program. It's totally free, okay? And they could be any part of the world. They could go and be part of the program as well.
Also, our Facebook pages, our social media Facebook page, we have our Caribbean Visionary Educators. They can just Google Caribbean, do a search for Caribbean Visionary Educators. And we have all the registration links for both days on our website, on our page. They are also on our website. And well, we have a lot.
Well, I was going to ask you to
for
start
the 2 days.
some of those things, but just to be clear, the 2 days are mandatory, or is it that you can choose one of the two?
No, you can choose, and you can also choose what sessions you want to go to. I mean, of course, the first day, the 2 days, everything applies for educators, but we know time constraints and so.
Yeah, but we do encourage persons, if they can attend both days, we promise you that it is something that's going to be fantastic, and they're really going to enjoy those 2 days, because each day there is a different program that's being provided to our participants.
Right, and there will be speakers as well, yes? Doctor?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, so we have, and that's one of the signature things about Caribbean Visionary Educators. We've been able to, over the years, because every year we have a conference or symposium.
Right.
And we've been able to attract some of the finest in the field, and our symposia is totally free for now. Yeah, it's for
So
free.
get in while you can.
So on the first day, the focus, of course, of our symposia is professional learning for the future-ready educator. And on the first day, we have grounding the whole idea of professional learning. We have Miss Jennifer Doyle, who is a woman of the soil, if I might say so, from Trinidad and Tobago. She's an educator par excellence, in my opinion. And she has devoted her life to building capacity among educators, so through professional learning. So she's really apt to do that. Then on that same day, we have Miss Sherma Joseph, who comes from the Accreditation Council in Trinidad and Tobago. And she's doing first the micro-credentialing for educators, building 21st century capacities. You know, it is the trend in terms of the relevance of these sessions. Then the second session on that day, we have the mogul himself, who created the HiFlex approach. And this is Professor Brian Beatty, who will do HiFlex, the classroom of the future. And thirdly, we have Mrs. Margaret John, who will do the generative AI and its future in education.
Some really relevant topics.
That's
there.
the first day. The second day, quickly.
The first day, yeah.
Quickly, the second day is focused totally on confronting school violence, a solution-focused approach. We're not just dealing with the cause. We're looking at a solution-focused approach, and Dr. Deanna Ashley out of Jamaica, and they have a whole preventative organization that they've done a lot of research, and they're partnering with us to provide this whole day. And that day really is a day where participants have a long time to engage with the whole topic and engage in discussion. So,
So
you
it
wouldn't
really
want to
does
miss
make
that.
sense that you want to come to both days,
Yeah.
although each of them stand alone substantially.
Yeah.
So guys, remember to head on over to caribveducators.com or search for them on social media, on the web pages, and connect as Caribbean Visionary Educators continues the mission of inclusive education and support throughout the region and internationally in an incredibly profound two-day conference happening on the 23rd and 24th of August. Thank you very much to President of the Caribbean Visionary Educators, Dr. Freddie
Thank
James,
you
for
very
joining
much,
us this
Sarah.
morning. And of course, Anderson Labari, the executive member,
you.
making the time to have this chat this morning. I know you guys are going to be flooded on Facebook and online,
Yes.
but I hope you have success on the 23rd and 24th.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very
A
much.
pleasure. Guys, we've got entertainment after the break, so stick around. The Now Morning Show continues after these messages. And you're going to stay on